So the first card you have for your past is Strength, which is beautiful. I love this card. I'm actually seeing that there was, there's someone, I'm seeing someone who has, someone who was very, very close to you and someone who got a certain impression of you. This person was very, very close to you. This could have been a relative. If it wasn't a relative, this was definitely someone who has known you for a long, long time. I'm seeing whoever this was, they saw you as a strong person, and you are a strong person. Maybe they saw you as being a little bit too strong, if that makes sense, because I'm seeing that they thought you were being a bit harsh with them. Now, I don't think you meant to be harsh with them. I think you really cared about them, and that's why you were telling them something, telling them some truths or something like that. You're a strong person. You're a very strong person. You're a very resilient person. You've been through a lot, and that's why you're like that. Now, this is how you wanted this person to be. You were trying to help them to be strong themselves, and maybe you were trying to help them to stand on their own 2 feet or something like that. They weren't able to do that for some reason. But I'm seeing someone else might have been maybe undermining you, trying to kind of help them. And I think, I'm actually seeing someone around them who might have been enabling them. And I'm just getting this feeling that, you really wanted to help them. You really did want to help them. But of course, they were more comfortable around whoever this enabler was, because this enabler was probably just telling them whatever they wanted to hear. And they were telling them what they wanted to hear, but they weren't telling them what they needed to hear. That's what you were telling them. But they didn't want to know that. So if this resonates, I'm seeing eventually this person is going to change eventually. But it's going to take some time before they do. I think they're going to have to go through a lot of things. They're going to have to go through a lot of emotions. They're going to have to go through a very difficult process and learn a lot of these things themselves. You were trying to teach them things. You were trying to tell them things, but they didn't listen, and they're just going to have to learn those things themselves. That's the sad truth of it all. So, they are going to change, but they're going to have to go through this themselves first. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your past is the 7 of Wands. So, it wasn't easy for you to see this. It wasn't easy for you to see them going through this, of course, because I can see that you do care about them. That's why you were telling them these things. So, I'm seeing, they were doing this to themselves. They were doing this this behaviour to themselves. They were giving themselves problems. They could have even been a bit self-destructive or something like that. And, I'm seeing eventually this person who was enabling them is probably going to leave them to battle by themselves, sadly. They're going to end up by themselves, really, and having to battle this by themselves. That's very sad to say, but sometimes people need to hit, the word rock bottom. People need to hit their bottom before they can come up again. And, excuse me, this is probably when they hit that bottom themselves, that's when things are going to start to change for them. And that's when they're going to be forced to face things themselves. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm coughing. Sorry, everyone. I'm seeing they are eventually going to connect with you again. But I think they're going to have a lonely battle, a lonely process ahead of them before they do. Just like the man on this card, he's up there, he's battling by himself, and this person is going to have to battle by themselves before they come back to you again. So the last card you have for your past is the Hierophant. So yes, again, whoever this is, they don't like authority. So maybe this is how they saw you. They saw you as someone who was trying to be an authority figure over them or tell them what to do, and they didn't like it. But you were only trying to help them, but they weren't seeing that. They just saw you as someone who was trying to tell them what to do, and they saw this other enabling person as someone who was lovely and nice. But actually, you were the better person for them, but they didn't see that at the time. The other thing I'm seeing with this card is that I'm seeing fitting in, and I'm seeing that you might be finally feeling as if you fit in with someone. or you fitted in with someone at this time. I'm seeing this as probably a love connection, which is really, really nice. And I'm saying fitting in because this is someone who has an unusual combination of being stable in a lot of ways, but also they're a little bit unconventional as well in other ways, a bit like you are actually. So you might have just been talking to this person at this time, and I'm seeing a lot of talking here, a lot of conversations, a lot of quite deep conversations going on between you. Really good, really interesting conversations. This has the potential to grow into something very, very deep, very lasting. And I really hope this does resonate, because this is very beautiful and you deserve this. You deserve this positive connection. That's what I'm seeing with that. So the first card you have for your present is the Ace of Swords. So yes, again, this card is this can be about clarity, it can be about communication. I'm seeing you having some really, really, really interesting talks, really very deep conversations with this person. This is a real mind connection, I'm not sure whether you're actually properly together with this person or if you're just friends at this time, because I am seeing something that either builds up out of friendship, or it might be that, you're close friends as well as lovers, which is beautiful. It might be both. It might have built out of friendship and now you have both. But, this is very, very beautiful. This connection is like the complete opposite of what you've been through in the past, especially with one ex. I'm seeing one ex that you had in the past brought you a lot of problems, and even financial problems, maybe. I am seeing some financial problems they brought you. They might have put you in debt or something like that. But I'm seeing clarity. There's a lot of clarity in this card. That's what this is about. There's no ambiguity around this person either. I think with this person in your past, there was a lot of guessing games going on. You weren't sure what they meant. You weren't sure what they felt about you. There's a lot of a lot of dishonesty around them as well. But with this new person, with this person I'm seeing now, everything's totally clear. This person's very upfront with you. You know where you are with them. They're very open with you. So yes, clarity. This is fantastic. This is really good. The next card you have for your present is the Hermit. So yeah, what I'm seeing with this coincides with what I'm seeing with the Ace of Swords. Coming out of a bad place with someone in your past who was from your past, and coming into a new, very, very positive place. Coming out of darkness into the light. Following the light, because that's what this Hermit's doing, following the light. And part of this is coming through this connection with this person, and these deep conversations. They're helping you to get your confidence back, helping you to see yourself properly. But most of this is coming from you. I think you did a lot of deep thinking after this really difficult relationship, and I'm seeing a very, very difficult breakup with this person of your past. And I think you had to really build yourself up after that. You really took your control back. You did this all yourself. You were very, very strong. You became your true self again. And that's what I'm seeing you were trying to tell this person in the Strength card. You were trying to say to them, I had to build myself up again. I did it myself. I'm strong. You can do this too. But you have to do hard things to get there. And they didn't want to hear that. But anyway, this is about you, and I think, at this time that you met this new person, you were ready. You'd been through all of these things. You found yourself again. I know that sounds cringy, but you were back to your old self again, back to your correct self. And that's why you were ready to experience this beautiful connection with this person. You're ready to meet someone at your level, at your own level, not someone who was above your level, not someone that was below your level, which can be annoying, someone who is at your level. So this was perfect timing when you met this person. It's very beautiful. The last card you have for your present is the Ten of Cups. Beautiful. This is fantastic. So obviously, this is about this beautiful love connection. And again, I'm seeing that, you started this connection on a mind level. I keep on seeing this mind level, this talking, these conversations. You really match them on the same kind of intellectual level. And then your feelings deepened. which is what's happening now. The other thing I'm seeing around this is there might be a blended family around this connection. So it might be that they have children from a previous relationship or something like that, or you both might have children. I'm also seeing that maybe you met them through some kind of really odd coincidence. I hope this is going to make sense, but I know this is going to sound strange, but I think, when you met this person, I'm just seeing you going somewhere where you don't normally go, really out of your way, somewhere where you would never go. And it was like your instincts were just telling you all of a sudden, let's go here. And you just met this person. There's a river in this card and it's leading to this cottage. And this river to me represents your emotions and your intuition. So you followed that and it led you to this person who you feel at home with, this beautiful connection. That's what I'm seeing. So it was like a strange coincidence. Nothing's really a coincidence, but it felt like a coincidence to you because it was somewhere really out of your way, and then you went and you met this person. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is the Five of Cups. I'm seeing someone who's away from you at this time in your future, someone who's really going to be missing you at this time. This could be this person in the Strength card. I'm actually seeing some kind of, you might have had some kind of argument with them. You might have even had a lot of arguments with this person in your past. And I'm seeing someone might have even dropped or broken things in this argument. Something might have been thrown off the table or dropped or smashed, something like that. I'm seeing that they're really, really feeling this loss. They are going to be at this time. There's a lot of love between you and this person, and I'm actually feeling, you feel a lot of love for this person, and I think you always will, no matter what happens. But this person's a very, very stubborn person. Again, I'm seeing this could be a relative, because I'm seeing, with someone who you're so close to, like a relative or a sibling or a sister or a parent or a child, you love them. You argue in a way that you can't argue with anyone else. You can say all sorts of horrible things to them that you'd never say to anyone else, but you love each other. That's the kind of thing I'm seeing between you. So I'm seeing that you've had your arguments, but you still love them. That's what I'm seeing. And, I'm seeing that they're still going to be separated for you for a while before they actually come back and connect with you again, but they will definitely connect with you again, because there's a beautiful little bridge in this card and it's crossing over a river. So what I'm seeing is they're going to have a river of emotion, a lot of emotions to go through, a lot of things they're going to have to go through internally before they actually cross that bridge and they come to you, but they are going to do that. The next card you have for your future is the Nine of Swords. So again, this relative or whoever this is a very, very, very stubborn person. I'm seeing that all through this reading. They'd never tell you how much the separation's hurting them, never. And they'd never tell you how much they need your advice, how much they need your help, how much they need you. You know they need you. They know they need you, but they're not going to say that at this time. They're not going to come forward until they're really ready, until they've been through a lot of things. I'm seeing that all through this whole reading. So when they do finally speak to you again, I'm seeing there's going to be an outpouring of emotion, a real big outpouring of emotion. There's going to be a lot of pent up emotion and stress and everything else, and it's all going to come pouring out to you. So of course, when you see them again, it's going to be a good time. You're going to welcome them. It's going to be positive for you. You're going to be so happy to see this person. But it's also going to be a very stressful time. You're going to have to kind of hear a lot of difficult things that they've been through. They're going to tell you a lot of hard things that are going to be hard to hear. And so it's going to be quite sad, beautiful getting together again, beautiful seeing them again, but there's going to be a lot that you're going to have to go through together as well. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your future is the Knight of Cups. So when they do come back, I'm seeing they're going to be yeah, you're going to be very supportive to them. You're going to be very supportive toward this person, but they have a different idea of what support is to what you do. Your idea of support is about loving and supporting someone, is about building someone else up, giving them strength, letting them stand on their own 2 feet. I was seeing that in the strength card. But they would like someone who's a little bit more gentler, a little bit kinder. Now, you are being kind. I'm not saying that you weren't kind to them. You are, but they see kindness as being a little bit different. So, yeah, you are being kind. You were trying to tell them what they should hear, what you thought they needed to hear, but they weren't ready to hear it, and maybe the way that you said it to them, it came forth in a way that they weren't able to hear what you were saying. They just heard, you do this, you do that. So they heard a lot of instructions. They heard someone who was telling them what to do, and they really wanted to rebel against that. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing that now at this time, when you're together with them again, you're going to be a lot gentler with them, a lot more gentle, and you're going to be a lot gentler than what they were expecting as well. Because I think part of the reason why they were holding back on coming to see you again was because they were a little bit afraid that you were going to be angry with them and all of these things. They were kind of afraid of facing you being angry with them. But I think, you both learned a lot in the time that you've separated. So when you come back, they'll have learned that you're not a great big terrible tyrant, and that they can approach you. You're going to have learned that you need to be a little bit more sensitive with them, and the way that you speak to some people and deal with some people doesn't really work with other people. And I think you've learned a lot about them as well. So it's going to be a really lovely reunion between you, but you're both going to learn a lot together when you come back together, and you're both going to show each other what you've learned while you've been apart as well.